Hi, I'm Tim the Milkman with Hot Rod Madness, and this week we're out at the Charlotte Auto Fair.
Welcome to Hot Rod Madness, where we believe that every car has a story. Whether your car is a ground-pounding, tire-smoking street machine or a trophy-winning classic with blinding chrome and paint, Hot Rod Madness wants to hear your story. Who knows? Maybe your story will inspire future generations to dream, build, and own their own classic rides. Here to bring you those stories is the host of Hot Rod Madness, Tim the Milkman, along with the Hot Rod Madness crew. Welcome to Hot Rod Madness. Let's head to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 48th Annual Charlotte Auto Fair. It's the largest collector vehicle event in the Southeast, covering 4 days with hundreds of vendors, auto auctions, and attractions. It's the Charlotte Auto Fair from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Mr. Rumbles, how are you, man?
Good, great. Having a great day out here in Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yes, sir. The Speedway is loaded with hot rods, man. And we walked up on this custom hot rod, and I gotta say, this is quite a custom hot rod, dude.
Thank you.
Tell us exactly what this is. There's no name on the body, and I can't guess what it is, man.
Yeah, I have a thing about labels. I don't like labels.
Okay. All right.
So you won't find one on here. You're very right. It's actually based on what's called a Superlight Coupe.
Okay.
Superlight Coupe was originally developed during the 2011 NASA Road Racing Series, where it competed in the Unlimited class. And that's when they really refined the chassis. It has quite a unique chassis. I'll show you once we open it up.
Mm-hmm.
And even on its first year out, it set a number of track records and basically won every race that it finished. And that year, of course, as you might guess, it won the championship as well. First year out.
Oh, nice, man.
So all that rules refinements went into it. So it truly is a race car.
Okay. Wow. I could imagine sitting down in that thing, man, looking out at the world going, wow, what a blast that would be, right?
That's also very unique. You're very, very low.
Bright yellow, fun on wheels.
That's right.
Man, that's awesome. All right, so how hard is it to maybe pop a door? And let's check out the interior in this thing.
Okay.
I want to see the business end of it. I mean, you can look at where the rear view mirrors are mounted on top of this car, and you can tell it's quite an experience getting in it and driving it just by looking at those mirrors.
They're unusual mirrors. They call these hippo mirrors. They look a little bit like hippo ears.
Hippo ears, all right. Oh, yeah. Wow. Hey, it looks quite comfy in there, man.
It's surprising. It looks small from the outside, but once you get in it, it's really quite roomy.
Yeah, okay.
So, of course, all leather interior, and you can see the Archipelago seat design that I took from looking at other supercars that are out there as well.
Man, that looks sweet, man. Who did the interior in this thing?
It's a company here local in Charlotte called Custom Stitching Company.
Okay.
They did a great job on it.
Oh, they did? Yeah, it looks like you could lay back in that thing, man, and just glide around in it.
It is very comfortable. In fact, just a couple of weekends ago, I drove it over 500 miles just to go to a cruise in. It was very comfortable.
Nice, man.
It's definitely a driver, not a trailer queen.
Yeah, it is. It's street legal.
Mm-hmm.
You can get this thing out and play with it anytime you like.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah, your tail lights, it's registered, and a supercar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like race car meets asphalt. I mean, that's pure race car, dude.
Yep, it's a race car, but I always say it's the same as the race car, just a better interior.
Okay. and for a power plant, what do you got back here?
We've got an LS3 back here. Would you like me to open it up for you?
Sure. Let's see it, man. You can see part of it through the glass window for the engine bay. However, bet you the whole back end of the car opens up where we can get a really good look at it. The doors on this thing are just completely different. Wow, look at that. Nice, man. Huh. Yep, that is quite a ride. Now, LS power plant, and you got some kind of covers over the coil pack.
Right, so I just got some Actually, these covers are the basic cover is made by Holly,
Mm-hmm.
but I came up with my own design for the medallion, and actually
Okay.
with just of course building this in my home shop.
All right.
I don't have any CNC equipment, so it's basically down to a saw and a file to build these things.
Okay.
But got those done. You can see it's paid a lot of attention to keeping the motor really, really clean. You don't see much of any wires running around or hoses or that sort of thing.
Looks great, man. Fantastic build. Now, what are you using for a transaxle, man? Where does that come from?
Yeah, so this is a G50-20 transaxle. It's made by Getrag, 6-speed.
All right.
And originally they were in a mid 90s for 911,
Yeah.
Porsche 911.
Okay, gotcha. It's taken after the 911 stuff.
Right.
So, because it's got a bolt right up to the LSGM power plant, right?
Well, not exactly.
Not exactly. So there's an adapter down here
Yeah,
somewhere.
there's a little magic in between them to make it
Yeah.
all go together.
Gotcha. Okay.
There are it's actually a fairly common sort of adaptation. So there's
Mm-hmm.
several companies that do this. I went to Kennedy Engineering for this one.
Oh.
And it bolted right up, no
Gotcha.
problem. As you can see, the chassis. This isn't paint. That's the actual bare metal
Okay.
chassis. It's a full aluminum chassis.
Yeah.
Semi-monocoque. Tub is up here.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look at the suspension, we've got a cantilevered rear suspension, and there's really no donor parts from other cars here. It's all custom.
Okay.
And that's just to achieve that perfect suspension geometry. Not even the spindles are custom.
So for something like this, man, you got to have somebody make the parts
Right.
in a machine shop somewhere.
Right,
You can't
right.
just buy this stuff.
Oh,
right?
no, that's all part of what you get. Yep.
God. So there's no kit to buy. You get the body when you get this thing, and that's pretty much it.
Actually, it does come as a kind of a basic kit. You get
Okay.
the chassis, suspension, body and glass, and a few other bits. But a lot of it is just up to you.
Okay. All right, man. Sweet build, buddy.
Thank you.
My name is Richard Wernick. I'm the sales manager of Streetside Classics in Atlanta. We are the nation's top consignment dealer in the nation, with locations here in Atlanta, Nashville, Tennessee, Dallas, Texas, Tampa, Florida, and Phoenix, Arizona. We sell about 1,400 cars a year, and at Streetside Classics, you always consign for free. Come on down and sell your car. StreetsideClassics.com. www.streetsideclassics.com.
Scott and Kevin, how are you, man?
What's going on, man? Doing good, doing
All
good.
right.
Good to see you.
Good to know you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Another rod shop around locally. Where are you guys from?
We're right here in Mount Pleasant. It's Attitude by Alchemy, so
Yeah.
we're right down the road, a couple
All
miles
right.
down the road.
And you guys create stuff like this.
Yeah, this is kind of what we do. This is
Yeah.
the truck that we're probably most known for. This is, we call it Road Rage. It's a 56 F100, but it's sitting on a 2001 C5 Corvette chassis.
Corvette meets Ford pickup. How about
Corvette
that?
meets Ford, correct.
Wow.
So it's got everything in it. Here, let me give you a show. We did a
Oh,
tilt
sure.
hood on it.
Okay. All right. The whole front end's going to tilt up on this. Man, I love the way that thing's sitting, man.
Yeah, it's just sitting on bags right now,
Yeah.
so you'll see the compressors in the tank under the hood.
Okay.
Originally, the plan was to put them in the back,
Uh-huh.
but we decided to put them up front. And when you see later, you'll see our trunk in the back we got now.
Well, the fender and body mods on this thing and slammed on the ground the way it is, it just looks cool, man. That looks great sitting
It
there.
an inch off the ground and then worked its way
Okay.
up. So
All right. Excellent, man. Let's check out the power plant here. Corvette stuff, man. All right. What year you say the Corvette was?
Corvette's a 2001, so it's a C5 Corvette. We haven't done anything to the actual internals of the motor. It's just a stock Corvette.
Yeah.
Other than changing some of the pulleys and the intake, it's all exactly how it was.
Okay.
We did the air suspension up under the hood to give it a little bit more visibility
Yeah,
than
that-
just hiding it in the trunk like everybody
Sure,
does.
that's different, and it fits right under the hood like that.
It fit perfect, and it kind
Yeah.
of had this old school 50s look to it with all the fittings, so we
Yep.
kind of liked the style of
All
it.
the valves and fittings are right there on top of the tank, right under you got cold air right under the tank going right into the
Yeah,
plant, man.
compressors are right there, the intake's right underneath it, everything.
That's kind of amazing how low the motor sets in this thing.
Well, being on air ride, it's already 5 inches lower than it would be, but in a Corvette, they're sunk down super low. I mean, they're
Okay.
pretty much on the ground.
I bet this thing will get it too.
It'll get it.
Yeah.
It'll get it, and it'll go around the corner really well.
Once you air it up and hit the street, it rides and runs great, doesn't it?
Just rides like
Wow.
a stock car.
That is cool. Wow, that's a sweet build, guys.
I appreciate it.
Man,
appreciate
that
it.
is super cool. What kind of wheel choice is that? What are those?
They're made by Detroit Steel Wheels. They're custom made. It's a 18 by 8 in the front and a 20 by 11 in the back.
Okay.
They were done as well as the custom white walls. Those are Goodyear F1s that were custom made white walls.
Not only did you set it on a Corvette chassis, man, you made some body mods on this thing that gives it a distinctive look. The fenders, how wide are those fenders, man?
The fenders were hand built. They're 7.5 inches wider on each side, and they're 5 inches longer on each toward the bottom.
Wow.
The running boards are all handmade. The step side was handmade. The whole bed is handmade. None of that is original.
Okay.
So the floor on the bed is motorized. The tailgate is motorized. The inside, we had a custom-made bench seat, Mustang steering wheel. We've got the high-rise shifter on it.
All right, let's check it out, man. Pop a door on this thing. Let's see. Well, it looks quite comfy to ride in.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We got the nice redone seat. We tried to keep kind of a Ford Q, so we upholstered it kind of like a 65 Mustang. Got the 65 Mustang steering wheel. Even the back bumper is off a 67 Mustang. So on the body parts, we tried to use Ford, and on the drivetrain, everything is General Motors.
We see the low car shifter in a lot of different applications, man. That seems to be the way to go.
It is the way to go. That one we actually rebent the stick a little bit to make it match up to the dash, so it's a little bit custom.
Curves right around the bottom of the dash.
Yeah, made it fit it.
Looks good.
I appreciate it.
Looks great, man. You hand make your own pedals and things?
The pedals are actually out of the Corvette. That's all original Corvette parts.
Okay.
The floor and the bed are all made out of quarter sawn oak. That's from a barn that we took down. We took a beam and had it all milled down to shape. So
Nice.
it's
Okay.
150-year-old wood that we used throughout. The running boards, everything. It's all one piece.
All right. Now that's interesting. You tear down an old barn, put it in the bed of your truck.
Yeah, I have a full fabrication shop, so I do wood and metal work. So a lot of the stuff I do is old reclaimed barn wood
Nice,
stuff.
Man. All right. That is cool. And the tilt wheel came from?
I forget who makes the column. It's just a chrome column, tilt wheel. It's the Dakota digital dashboard in it, so it's got the VHX gauges. They hook right up to the original Corvette computer and use all the original senders and everything. So even the original Corvette gas filler is in its same location, just modified it with a different cap.
Yep, that looks great too, man. Color choice, wheels, overall body build looks great, man.
The color's a little different.
Well, I'm going to lift my shades and try to, it's not exactly gray. It's not exactly blue. What is it, man?
It is primer with clear. So it's Nason Shade 1 with Euroclear.
It's cleared primer.
It's clear primer.
Okay.
And it just works.
All right, you throw a little black accent along with the wood grain. Makes for a great build, fellas.
You finally have that truck of your dreams. You wanted a wood bed floor, but after time it looks like this. For about the same money, but less effort, you can have an aluminum bed floor system from SmokyRoadRodShop.com. Almost unlimited designs to choose from, and it lasts the lifetime of your truck. Get the whole story at www.SmokyRoadRodShop.com. That's SmokyRoadRodShop.com.
Kyle, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you
All
doing?
right, dude. You can't walk past the Griswold's car without asking questions, man.
No, that's everyone's reaction.
What year did you use here?
This is a 1986
Okay.
LTD Ford Country Squire.
LTD Country Squire.
Yep.
And the original one in the movie, what was it taken from?
79 Country Squire.
Okay, all right.
So,
I knew you done your homework
Oh,
on it
yeah,
because
definitely.
anybody that's into it like this.
Certainly.
Wow, I'm looking at the front end going, yeah, you got too many headlights, just like the movie car.
Yep.
You did all the work yourself?
Yeah, my dad and me and my buddy in the front seat there.
Okay.
And, I did all the wiring,
All right.
all these lights, they're functional.
Yeah, everything
and,
works.
all the turn signals, it was a nightmare, but
Yeah.
you see it today, it looks all right, I think. So
Yeah, I saw you cruising through earlier, and I said, man.
that's somebody I got to talk to, right?
Yeah, we got to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
Is that Granny on top?
Yep, that's Aunt Edna.
Yep, that's in Enda with all the luggage up there.
Yeah, died on the way to Wally World.
Yep.
So.
Right. Got to keep it alive, man.
Right.
I can't remember the last time I've seen just a regular LTD wagon, and here you got one, and you dress it all up like this.
Yeah, they're getting harder to find, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I went down to Georgia, bought this one, drove it up back to Concord,
Okay.
and about a year after that, decided to begin the transformation.
What's the wood grain, man? What is that, a vinyl wrap?
Oh, yep, it's just simple as that.
Just stick it on there and go for it, man.
Yep, took it to a vinyl shop, and they print, cut, and they installed it for me.
The rear side windows, they're modified. Something's wrong with that. What's going on there?
yeah, that was kind of a challenge. The movie car looked just like that, so we had to put sheet metal cover the window, and
that's crazy.
It was a nightmare. This
Yeah.
whole thing was just a one heck of a project. Fought me every way.
Yeah, I
but
bet.
still a work in process. But I'm quite proud of it.
So you got to take how did you come up with? I mean, it's kind of like you slow the movie down on DVD and stop it right here to get a good overall
that's actually
picture. Is that how you did
That's it. Yeah, you pause it, take screenshots, and
Yeah.
and just print them and go visual. That's all I
Now,
had.
wonder where they got the original from the movie. Wonder where they keep the car.
I guess that's that director's.
Yeah, some
Wow.
museum maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know where they got the original car. I know they had a couple in the movie because they destroyed a couple of them.
Yeah, they probably destroyed them. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You
Well-
plan on getting this one airborne?
No, not
Yeah,
anytime
probably
soon.
Not,
Not on purpose anyway.
Does it have the original motor and all still in
It
it?
does, yeah. It's got a 302 in it,
Okay.
and it's been running strong, runs great. I haven't had to do much to it,
Yeah, cool.
so it's in great shape when I bought it.
Usually they're quite dependable, you know.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, and you can haul all your buddies around in it.
Oh, yeah,
Yep,
man.
yep, you know they have a blast riding around in
Oh
it.
man, it's just everyone's just taking pictures, stopping to talk to me. I mean, I love the attention, so
Yep.
it's all right.
Okay, man. Hey, Bill, how are you, man?
Doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. We're out here looking at some really cool cars, man. And you know, when you pass by something like this amongst all these hot rods, you're going, it's a run-of-the-mill Malibu. Why has that guy got that Malibu up here? However, I stepped a little closer and looked at what you have displayed on the dash, and I'm going, whoa, wait a minute. This is one of one. This was the concept car for the Malibu, wasn't it?
For the Malibu Super Sport.
Yeah.
It was actually taken around to all the car shows. So it went to the Detroit Auto Show, the
Okay.
LA, the Chicago. So
Yeah.
and this color wasn't available till 06 either. So
Oh,
first time people got to see it was in 05.
Yeah, all right. How many miles have you put on it, man?
I put about 50 miles on it.
Okay. Yeah, you may not want to drive it a whole lot, you know?
Well, it's actually it's a bill of sale car. Once it's
Okay.
concept, it doesn't have a title, even though it has a 17 VIN number.
Wow.
It was sold on a bill of sale only, so you
Yeah,
can't
so-
really drive it.
Yeah, you can't register this car, can you?
No, you can't.
No, okay. Well, what are you going to do, Bill? Send it back through Barrett-Jackson where it came from, or
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Or I was really looking, I've got a couple guys here that actually have car museums.
Mhm.
This would be something
Oh,
that
sure.
someone would want in their museum,
Yeah.
especially being one of one.
Sure.
So,
I'm quite sure somebody would want to take it in there and keep it just like it is, man, for eternity, I guess.
yeah, I've been talking with Mr. Morrison that has Morrison Motor Car, and he likes newer stuff, but he's got a nice museum right up the road here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Has a lot of cars right
Yeah.
here in Concord. So,
All right, good idea, man.
yeah, I'd like to see it somewhere where people can come and look
Oh,
at
yeah.
it. And like you say, one of one, there's
Yeah.
only one.
You ain't going to run across that every day, man.
Right.
And it's got the, what we said the power plant was? The
It's a
six-cylinder.
3.5 six-cylinder.
3.5 six-cylinder, okay.
What's really cool is the dual exhaust. They
Yeah.
changed the front fascia. The dual exhaust, it's a fake pipe hanging under the right-hand
Yeah,
side.
really?
But they wanted to see how the fascia would look before they come out with it.
Ah,
And you couldn't get the four-wheel disc brakes on the 04 Malibu, so it does
Okay.
have four-wheel disc brakes on it.
oh, that
So
is a
they've-
little nicer. Yeah.
They did all that at their performance shop in Detroit
Okay.
at GM.
Ah, concept, man. How about that? And this car was a product of when GM went under, so to speak. When they took a spill,
Right.
a lot of these cars went through Barrett-Jackson, and they sold them off, didn't they?
I was surprised. I didn't know about it. A buddy of mine went, but
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I might have had to get
Oh.
a tractor trailer because
buddy.
there was some really cool
Real
one
nice.
of cars that
Yeah.
they probably would have never let go if they wouldn't have got into the money situation where they basically had to sell them because they filed bankruptcy.
Wow.
So these were assets sitting in a building at their Renaissance Center,
Okay.
so they had to sell them.
And you never know, folks, where one of these might wind up at. So keep your eye out on stuff like this. Bill, thanks for telling us the story, man.
Thank you. Nice
Always,
meeting
always love to hear the stories on these automobiles, man. It's pretty cool.
you. Me too. Sometimes the story is actually more important
Sure.
than the car itself,
Oh,
the
yeah.
story that goes with it.
Yep, and the people behind them. That's what Hot Rod Madness is all about.
Danger. Are you ready? Craboo Productions and Gulfport Dragway host Hazardous Waste 2017, Friday, September 29th and Saturday, September 30th. Hazardous Waste features rat rides, lead sleds, customs, and hot rods. Guaranteed something for the entire family. Camping is available on site at Gulfport Dragway, 1 mile south of I-10 at exit 31 in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Mike, how are you, man?
Doing good. How about you?
All right, dude, we're out here targeting some cool customs, man. And here's another exotic custom. Man, I understand this here is a Factory 5.
Factory 5 GTM.
Factory 5, that's all you got to say, you know, in a certain part of the world, because people are a big fan of the Factory 5 builds, man. And
That's true. I mean, they're famous for their Cobra builds, and they came out with a one-off design with this GTM, and a lot of people have jumped on the wagon there.
oh, yeah, what's the story on this one in the body type, man?
Factory 5 came up with their own design that took cues from a few different cars. I mean, you can see Corvette in it, you can see GT40 in it. You know, it's just, I think they blended those aspects pretty well. I it's confused with a Ferrari all the time for whatever reason.
Yeah, you know, from a distance, yeah, you're thinking Ferrari, GT40, what the heck is it?
Right.
And then you step up and ask Mike what it is,
Right.
and you get the whole spiel about the Factory 5 design. That's awesome, man. It's a beautiful body.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it wraps the car, and it's nice, sweet curves on the car, and the paint shows up real well in them, and it's nice. I love it.
Man, so you as a customer from Factory 5, you would say the overall build is quite well designed and put together, right?
I do. I believe that what Factory 5 does is gives people the opportunity to decide how they want to build their car
Okay.
at an entry point that most people can afford to, if it's something they wanted to do.
Yes, sir.
And then once you're into the build and you get a feel for what it's going to cost to do this or that, then you can make your choices and decide, okay, where do I really want this car to go?
Okay.
And obviously, I went a little bit past that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
I had a design and I stuck with it. And basically, I wanted the body of the car to be what Factory 5 puts out and what their design was, knowing that I was going to go over a little bit on the interior, splurge a little bit there.
Yeah.
And we did.
Okay.
Everything inside the car is custom, one-off. The dash, the console, the seats, everything was made.
Nice.
It didn't exist.
Yeah.
The cluster, the instrument cluster was from a Porsche Turbo, and I sent that to Classic Instruments and had them regut it, and just refit everything with movements in the instruments that would work with the GM computers. And once they did that, it gives you a perfect OM look, and it works beautifully with the rest of the car.
Yeah, can we pop a door and see that? Okay. Yeah, pop that one over there. See if we can get the camera guy in there. Gotta check this out, man. It's always a pleasure to see what people put in these Factory 5s. And if you notice, the total car, the height of this car is amazing. It's only waist high. It's only waist high. You got to crawl into it. Such an elegant design. And once again, here with the interior, the power plant, you can put anything you want in these things.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a little trapped for room inside the car, so you got to be careful where you go with the seats and whatnot. I'm 5'11", and I'm tight in there. So anybody taller than me in this particular car is going to stretch, right?
Yep.
Because of the seats. The seats that come with the kit sit a little bit lower, and you would fit in it fine.
I was going to say, man, what about that headroom, Mike?
There's not much.
There's not much.
There's not much.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fun once you're in it. It's nice, and everything fits around you. And
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at how far off the ground your butt sits opposed to where the shifter is.
Yeah.
And you're reaching up.
It's comfortable though.
Okay.
With your elbows down at the bottom, and you're basically just resting your arm on the console itself.
All right.
You're just moving back and forth.
That's fun, man. That'd be real fun. So So I get like 30 laps around the track with it today?
Afraid not.
Nope. Afraid not.
Nice try, though.
Well, it wasn't my best try. Maybe I'll hit you up later.
Yeah, good.
Right now, let's talk about that 6-liter, dude. What did this come out of, or did you buy it brand new?
I bought this new. It's a crate engine from GM Performance.
Okay.
It's a 6-liter LS2 Corvette spec, and it puts out about 405 horsepower and about the same torque, 400 pounds of torque.
And the weight?
2,300 pounds.
Wow.
Scaled out. Yeah, the way the car designed, you got about a 55-45 split on the scales, and it's perfectly balanced for what it's used for. Very stable.
Wow. That makes for a sweet road car. I mean, golly, the thing.
It'd be a great track car.
Yeah. Any plans to put it on the track one day?
I might get on a track once in a while just to be on a track and see how it feels, but nothing serious.
I probably wouldn't raise it that much myself. Love how the exhaust comes right out the butt there. Look at that.
Yeah, Kooks did a good job. They came up with their own design for the GTM to tuck in some short header pipes and a catalytic converter and then a cross pipe that really gives it a nice sound.
Okay.
And it looks good.
All right, got the Factory 5 stamped right on the cover.
Yep.
Man, way to go. Well, all right, Mike.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Hot Rod Madness. We invite you to get the madness by checking out our Hot Rod Madness website at timthemilkman.com or email us with questions or ideas at randomrides53@gmail.com. From all the crew, thanks for watching Hot Rod Madness.